Open your book to page 29. We are still working in lesson 2.5. We're going to be on the very bottom of that page where it says try these B. We have an equation here. T equals 13P plus 108. This equation can be used to estimate the cooking time T in minutes. So this tells us that T stands for time, and we're using minutes, so not hours or seconds, etc. For a stuffed turkey that weighs P pounds, so P stands for pounds. We are going to solve this equation for P. So let's write it out. You can use the My Notes section of your book if you run out of room. And we are solving this equation for P. So we want 13P by itself. So in order to do that, we are going to subtract 108, subtract 108. I cannot do T minus 108 and put them together because they're unlike terms. So let's leave them separate. We're trying to get P all by itself. Currently, the coefficient in front of it is 13. 13 and P are being multiplied together. So the opposite is to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 13. And now P is by itself. So P equals T minus 108 all over, so make a big fraction bar, 13. This is our final answer. That's what P is equal to. Now, we're not done with the question, so if we go back up and look, it says, then find the weight. What variable was weight? It was P. So we're going to solve for P. We're going to find P of a turkey that requires 285 minutes to cook. Minutes. Ooh, minutes is cooking time T. So we know that T equals 285. So what we're going to do is we are going to substitute or plug that in to T. So P pounds equals T, which we're plugging in or substituting in 285 minus 108 all over 13. So I want you to go ahead and do this. Use your calculator if you need to. Do the numerator first. So do 285 minus 108. $285 minus 108. You should get 177 over 13. So go ahead and divide that in your calculator and see if it reduces or simplifies. The calculator that I'm using leaves it as 177 over 13. So think about it this way. You walk into the doctor and you step on the scale and they say you weigh 276 over 3. Does that make sense? No. Or if you go to buy some sliced turkey from the meat counter for your sandwiches, for your lunches, and you order like 15 over 2 pounds. That doesn't make sense. So we need to convert this to a decimal. And we get P is approximately 13.6. So our turkey weighs 13.6 pounds. Okay, go ahead and turn your page. You should see a table or a chart at the top of page 30. We're going to use the My Notes section a lot here. The first column is just the name of the formula. The middle column is where they list the formulas. And what's important to me is this, etc. Now, if we were plugging something in, we would need the explanation that D stands for distance, R stands for rate of speed, but we can ignore all of that for now and just focus on the formula or the literal equation. This last column right here is really important because it tells us what to solve for. It tells us what to solve for. So we're solving this first equation, D equals RT. We're solving for R. What's with the R? T. So what I need to do is divide both sides by T to cancel it out, to get rid of it. Why are we dividing? Because R and T are currently being multiplied. So divide, these cancel, and R is by itself. We have our answer. R equals, D is in our numerator, T is in the denominator. D divided by T. D over T. The next question, P equals F divided by A. We're solving for F. So currently F is being divided by A. What's the opposite of divide? Multiply. So we need to multiply both sides by A. These cancel. Remember, if things are being multiplied together, we can just smush them together. So I'm going to write F equals AP. See, A times P, AP. If you wanted to, you could also write F equals PA. The order here doesn't matter. AP or PA. The next one, K equals 1/2 mv squared. We're solving for m. So m is being multiplied by 1/2, and m is being multiplied by v squared. So we're going to do the opposite here. So to cancel out the v squared, let's divide by v squared. Those cancel. So we're left with k over v squared equals 1/2 m. Now, at the beginning of the school year, we had a worksheet that taught us how to get rid of fractions. And it said multiply by the reciprocal, which means flip the fraction. So in order to get rid of this 1/2 and get m by itself, we want to multiply by 2 over 1, which is the same thing as multiplying by 2. So these cancel. Over here, we're going to multiply by the same thing, 2 over 1. So 2 times k is 2k. 1 times v squared is just v squared. And now we have m all by itself. So m equals 2k over v squared. 2k over v squared. The next one here is u equals mgh. We want to solve for h. We want to get this variable all by itself. Well, what's in front of it? M and G. They're all smushed together. So what that means is M and G are being multiplied. So the opposite is to divide. So I want to divide by M so that they cancel out. And I have to do it on this side as well. But at the same time, let's divide by G as well so that those cancel. But I have to do it to the other side as well. So it's one step. Divide by M and G at the same time, and now you have H all alone. So H equals U divided by mg. Last one, Boyle's law. So P sub 1, V sub 1 equals P sub 2, V sub 2. And we're solving for V sub 2. So what's next to it? P sub 2. These are smushed together, so they're being multiplied. The opposite is to divide. Those cancel. Divide over here. So I have V2 equals P1 V1 over P2. And we're done.